Welcome to Howard's Opinion, the podcast where we dive into the latest and greatest in the world of sports. I'm your host, Howard, and I'm excited to share my thoughts with you today. We've got a big show lined up for you, but first, let's talk about the latest news from the NFL. The New York Giants have made a major splash by hiring John Harbaugh as their new head coach. Yes, you heard that right, John Harbaugh. The former Baltimore Ravens coach is taking the reins in the Big Apple. Now, I know what you're thinking. What makes Harbaugh the right man for the job? Well, let me tell you. With 12 playoff appearances and a Super Bowl championship under his belt, Harbaugh has proven himself to be one of the most successful coaches in the league. And despite being fired by the Ravens earlier this month, he's still widely respected by players and coaches alike. So, what can Giants fans expect from Harbaugh? For starters, a renewed emphasis on toughness, professionalism, and accountability. These are traits that have been lacking in New York for far too long, and it's clear that the front office is hoping Harbaugh can bring some much-needed discipline to the team. But it won't be easy. The Giants have struggled mightily over the past few seasons, with a dismal 4-1-13 record in 2025. They've got some talented young players, like quarterback Jackson Dart, but they'll need to surround him with more talent if they hope to compete in the NFC East. Harbaugh's hiring is just the first step in what promises to be a long and challenging rebuild. But for now, Giants fans have reason to be optimistic. They've got a proven coach at the helm and a chance to start fresh in 2026. We'll be keeping a close eye on the Giants as they navigate this new era under Harbaugh, and we'll have plenty more to say about it in the coming weeks and months. We'll be right back with more fascinating sports news on Howard's Opinion. Welcome back to Howard's Opinion. We're diving into the world of sports now, and I've got a story that's sure to leave you speechless. The Denver Broncos have taken down the Buffalo Bills in a thrilling overtime matchup, but the real drama came after the game when it was announced that Broncos quarterback Bo Nix has suffered a broken ankle. This injury is a devastating blow to the Broncos, who are riding high after their 30-30 win. Nix had a phenomenal game, throwing for 279 yards and 3 touchdowns, and his performance was instrumental in securing the team's spot in the conference championship game. But now, with Nix out of commission, the Broncos will have to rely on backup quarterback Jarrett Stidham to lead them to victory. Meanwhile, the Buffalo Bills are left to pick up the pieces after another heartbreaking loss. Quarterback Josh Allen had a roller coaster of a game, throwing for 283 yards and 3 touchdowns, but also committing 4 turnovers that ultimately sealed the team's fate. It's a tough pill to swallow for the Bills, who were hoping to make a deep run in the playoffs this year. As we look ahead to the conference championship game, it's clear that the Broncos will have their work cut out for them without Nix at the helm. But with Stidham stepping in, they may still have a chance to make some noise. And as for the Bills, they'll have to regroup and refocus for next season. The world of sports is always full of surprises, folks, and this story is no exception. The drama, the excitement, the heartbreaking losses, it's all part of what makes sports so captivating. Welcome back to Howard's Opinion. As we wrap up today's show, let's dive into the world of sports, specifically the NFL. We've got 2 exciting matchups to discuss, and I'm eager to share my thoughts with you. First off, we have the Houston Texans facing the New England Patriots in a divisional round matchup. The Patriots are looking strong, led by MVP candidate Drake May, who's been having an incredible season. With a completion rate of 72% and over 4,300 passing yards, he's definitely a force to be reckoned with. And let's not forget about his top target, Stefon Diggs, who's had an impressive season with 85 receptions and over 1,000 receiving yards. On the other hand, the Texans have their own talented quarterback in Stroud, who's completed 64.5% of his passes for over 3,000 yards and 19 touchdowns. He's also got a reliable tight end in Dalton Schultz, who's had 82 receptions for over 770 yards and 3 touchdowns. Meanwhile, in another exciting matchup, we have the Los Angeles Chargers. No, wait, it seems I've got some incorrect information here. Let me correct that. We actually have the Texans facing the Patriots and also the Los Angeles. No, It's actually the Texans and Patriots. And then there's another game between the Houston Texans and Chuckles. Oh dear, it seems I've gotten my notes mixed up. But seriously, folks, in another matchup, we have the New England Patriots facing off against an opponent, and I believe it was the Los Angeles Chargers they played previously. Anyway, moving on to a different game altogether, the one that really caught my attention is between... Just kidding, let's focus on what we do know. In all seriousness, though, these NFL matchups are going to be thrilling, with talented players on both sides of the ball. The Patriots are looking strong, but don't count out the Texans just yet. They've got some impressive stats and a solid team dynamic that could give New England the run for their money. And then there's another exciting matchup between... Pauses again. Oh yes, I remember now. It's the Los Angeles... Nope, not them this time. Actually, we have the Texans and Patriots, as I mentioned earlier, but also the Chargers had played someone previously. Laughs. Okay, let me get my notes straight. In a different game that caught my attention, it seems there was an interesting matchup between the Los Angeles Chargers and another team, possibly the Steelers. And then, of course, we have our main event, the Texans versus the Patriots. You know what? Let's just focus on one thing at a time. The NFL is full of exciting games, talented players, and unexpected twists and turns. Who will come out on top in these divisional round matchups? Only time will tell, folks. That's all for today's Howard's Opinion. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, keep your head in the game.